and welcome back. We're doing something different this show on this episode of MHTV Live. We have here in the studio members from College Republicans and students for Barack Obama. We will be introducing and informing you on the different views of both sides in regards to the political topics that are involved in this, that will be involved in this upcoming presidential election. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining us. With us today, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So with us today we have
Ricardo White from Detroit, sophomore here at Central, political science major, and I'm vice president of the College Democrats.
Hi, I'm Matthew Seuss. I'm a senior here at Central Michigan with majors in political science and history. I am the president of Students for Barack Obama.
I'm Nathan Inks. I'm the vice chair of the College Republicans. I'm a sophomore from Lincoln Park who is majoring in meteorology.
My name's Travis Faber. I am a junior here at Central Michigan. I'm studying political science, and I'm here to represent the College Republicans.
Okay, so according to the American Council on Education, they state that McCain supports state efforts to build coordination between elementary, secondary education, and higher education. The American Council on Education also states that Obama supports outreach programs like Gear Up and Upward Bound to encourage families of lower income to better prepare for college. How do you feel your candidate would improve education in the states? We're going to go ahead and start with the Republican view. We're going to give you guys a minute to speak on this view. You guys are going to have a minute to speak as well. You guys are going to have 30 seconds to rebuttal, and you guys are going to have 30 seconds to rebuttal as well. So we're going to go ahead and start with you guys. Who's going to speak for you?
I will.
Okay, go ahead, Nate. You have a minute.
One of Senator McCain's beliefs is that the No Child Left Behind program that President Bush put into action was, in theory, a good program, but in practice it failed, mainly because a lack of funding. He believes that education needs to be funded better, both on the federal level and on the state level. In addition to this, Senator McCain believes that parents should have choices of where their students are going to go to school. He believes that this will promote competition, and when there's more competition, the schools will try to compete, not necessarily for who's better, but try to make education better for everybody. And that also will increase funding based on how good the schools are. They can get more funding, and that's an incentive to bring more funding to the schools.
Anything else for you guys? Is that you good?
Yep.
All right, go ahead, guys.
Okay. I think we could probably spend a whole debate just discussing educational issues, but I think when it comes to education, Barack Obama is very clear in his statements that education is the way forward for the United States, both as a power in the world, in just intellectually and economically. He believes that it's the right of every American to have the opportunity for an education here in the United States, and his policies, which you can find on BarackObama.com, you can see there. I'm stumbling, but he's very consistent that. Rick, you want to save me?
Sure. Well, Obama does want to reform No Child Left Behind.
Yes, we agree on that.
He wants to start it by funding it federally, not leaving it up to the states to fund it themselves, because that's
Okay.
a lot. Oh, that's
Yep,
okay.
that's your minute.
All right.
And now we're going to go ahead and give you guys 30 seconds to rebuttal, and then you guys will have 30 more seconds to talk.
Okay.
So we'll give you guys 30 seconds.
Think
Would you
what
like
you
to
wanna
speak
say
to
in 30
Travis?
seconds.
Sure. Obviously, the American education system has a lot to improve on. Many rank the United States education system, at least on the high school level and elementary level, as subpar. And funding is a big problem in many schools. A lot of the problem does come from the bureaucracy that actually takes place in getting funding to those schools. And the bureaucracy does need to be cut.
Okay.
Kane has talked about that.
And you guys have 30 more seconds.
Okay, well, I just want to go on something that was mentioned by the Republicans. Senator McCain says that he wants to federally fund education when he really wants to get rid of the education department. I mean, he's been quoted as saying that on CNN. So I don't understand why he would get rid of the Department of Education but still want to fund education federally. You need to have someone there who's going to implement the policies, because they'll know what to do as far as an education
Okay.
secretary.
Thank you, gentlemen. Very nice job. Our next topic, we are going to move on to, according to the American Council on Education, Obama plans to simplify the financial aid process by eliminating federal financial aid applications and enabling families to simply check a box on their tax forms. Okay? Also, according to the American Council on Education, McCain feels that there are too many programs deterring eligible students from seeking student aid. The number of programs makes it difficult for financial aid officers to help students navigate through this process. What changes do you think will actually take place in office regarding financial aid if your candidate gets hired into office? We're going to give this to the Democrats first, so who wants to take this one?
Okay, I think I can save myself here, I
Okay,
guess.
you got a minute. Go right ahead.
On higher education. When it comes to education, Obama's belief is, we'll invest in you if you invest back in us. Barack Obama wants to present every student in the United States with a $4,000 tax credit, which can bring many people in our country a long way towards getting a higher education. In return, he asks for 100 hours of community service in our local communities. So, this would bring us a lot closer to having universal access to higher education in our country, and I think if we're going to advance forward in a global economy, I think that's one of the things that are one of the necessary advancements that we have to undertake. Is my minute over? Or someone was waving, sorry. But let's see. In regards to the financial aid process, yeah, he wants to simplify.
Now your minute's over.
Oh, well.
That's okay. You're fine. And now you guys can have a minute. Who's going to take this one?
I'll take it.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
Okay.
Senator McCain wants to simplify the financial aid process as well as the tax cuts that are currently available to students and their parents. As of now, there are quite a few tax cuts and tax credits that are out there, but students have a hard time finding them because they're hidden throughout the tax code. Matt Seuss said that that Senator Obama wants to give a $4,000 tax credit to students, but there are tax credits out there that are already more than $4,000. It's just hard for students who don't understand the complex tax code system to find them. In addition, Senator McCain wants to make the financial aid process a lot simpler for students so that loans to students aren't so complex. A lot of days, students can't understand the financial aid process and the financial loan process, and he wants to make it easier for them to get financial loans and not be burdened with paying back those loans 20 or 30 years down the road.
Nice. Okay. Thank you very much. And you guys have 30 seconds to rebuttal.
Okay, did you want to
Yeah, I got it. Well, we're all students. Well, most of us, I think, watching MHTV are students. A lot of us have seen the FAFSA form that is, you're required to fill out to receive governmental assistance for your education. And see, a lot of that information is already filed when you file your taxes. Senator Obama just wants to have the option where you check that, and then you don't have to do separate forms, so making it a lot easier for you to get financial assistance.
Okay. Thank you very much. And 30 seconds to you guys.
Well, we're so glad that Senator Obama basically agrees with McCain and thinks that much of the bureaucracy that goes on in government, such as forms that you constantly have to fill out and have to duplicate, needs to basically go away.
Well, I think on education.
On education and basically in almost every department of government.
No.
All right. So going on to the next topic.